Yeah, so it all stems from the quote. This is the beauty of the system.
On today's Tech Corner, I'm here with Jeff from PSL Datatrack to find out all about quoting and how PSL has made it easier. So, Jeff, start us off. What is quoting?
Well, quotations is where everything starts. You've got to look at your process times, you've got to look at the materials, you've got to look at subcon. Bring all those together, forms your quotation.
So, talking about a quotation, obviously, you've got to set the costs of everything when you're doing it. So how does PSL make that easy?
Well, okay, all your machines would have different sales rates. The machines cost, obviously, different investment points and so on. So there's an overhead contribution, there's depreciation on the machine and so on. And there is actually an hourly rates guide we've produced, which is available via our website. That takes you through a background example. Bring all that information together, set the rates where you want to sell those hours for, and take it from there. So
talking about hourly rates, can I set cycle times, machine setups, coolant changes, anything?
Yeah, literally. So how you define the process is really down to the elements you wish to put in there. The hourly rate you charge for setting can be different to production. And obviously the times you put in for, obviously, cycle times go in, you can put in break operations if you want to and so on. So it brings the whole process together.
So once you've set it up, you've put all your machines in, your hourly rates, how simple is it?
To be honest, it's a case, you could start a quote from scratch if you needed to, but you can put template quotations in. So if you've got a typical profile of parts you make, why start from scratch? Why not copy in a template, make changes to it, job done. It's that simple.
And with how simple it is, obviously, you'll be able to do quotes so much quicker, which means hopefully you'll get more work in, which means you'll have more quotes. So how can I keep on top of all my quotes, not just the quote itself?
Well, there's a sales pipeline available in Datatrack. So as well as looking at obviously volume of quote, it's the value of quotations, the likely success rate of those quotations. You can also manage follow-up dates for quotes, keep on top of those discussions with your customer as well.
And again, just to see how easy PSL is, because we spoke before this and I was a bit shocked, to be honest, how quick and easy it is. Can I reuse data? So if I'm doing the same job for the same customer, I've got the same materials, can I just reuse that data from an old quote in the new one?
Yeah, think of a quotation as a master record. It's the software version of setting a machine. Use it as many times as you like. The data that's in there can then be referenced by the other modules and reused. You don't retype anything.
So you have a little saying, and I really like this saying, the 3 R's.
Yeah, so it's relationship. So quotes, you need a good relationship with your customer, look after it. You've got reliability, make sure you adhere to your, make sure you keep up with your promises. And then you've got doing things at the right price. Bring them all together and you've got a good business.
Well, Jeff, thank you for that insight into PSL. But quoting is just the first stage. So join us next time when we will be talking about the work orders, which comes just after quoting.
As long as you get your initial information in at the quotation stage, once that's correct, everything transfers forward from there.
So because you were here, we looked at the clock and it took us 3 minutes from receiving the drawing to emailing off the quote with the price. So we looked at the system, we knew what the material costs, we had cycle times and things like that, and then we just reply with the quote.
On a PSL Datatrack, I can probably, once I've put the quote in, probably to change for the 2 or 3 different batches, probably I can do that in less than a minute.
I can quote stuff a lot quicker than we used to, and it means that I can tell a customer, yes, we can slip that job in, get it done for you next week, gives us the opportunity to do that. Also shows us where we're spending money as well, and where we're not spending money as well.